Almost every year, the cost to advertise your business online increases. And for most of us, our primary objective on platforms like Google Ads is to run a profitable advertising account and make more money than we're spending after we factor in all of our costs. But in some instances, you simply need to drive cheap clicks. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use different bid strategies and targeting settings to help you get the most clicks possible for your target audience in your given budget. And if you want to drive clicks that are completely free, I have a free gift for you. It's my 7-day online marketing jumpstart PDF. You can get it at scottredgate.com/jumpstart. If you're looking for simple tips that can get your business results, this is the document for you. It's completely free, it's quick, it's simple bullets, and after you complete the steps outlined in this doc, not only will your website have a solid foundation to generate more revenue or more leads, but you'll have a lot more confidence that you can manage your own online marketing campaigns without hiring an agency. Hey friends, my name is Scott Redgate, and if you're new to this channel, I'm passionate about helping small businesses make more and spend less and show you that you have what it takes to manage your own online marketing campaigns. Today, we're going to run through some techniques to decrease your cost per click to get inexpensive clicks from your target audience inside of Google Ads. Let's hop into the slides. So today, we're going to talk about how you can drive cheap clicks inside of Google Ads. And the first question that we need to answer before we get into the how is why. Why do we want to drive cheap clicks inside of Google Ads? Because cheap clicks are not the end goal of a successful advertising account. The end goal is typically to drive as much profit as possible for your given budget. So here's a few reasons why you might want to drive cheap clicks to your Google Ads account. So the first one that I have here is maybe you just made some design tweaks or changes to some calls to action, and you want to drive as much traffic as possible in a short period of time to see how those design changes and calls to action perform. The next reason that I have is maybe you're in a season where you really want to drive awareness. You want to improve your branding in a particular area. Next up, I have maybe you are exploring expanding your target audience. So perhaps you have been very narrow with who you've been targeting and you want to expand it. You want to broaden your horizon to see if there's other customers out there compared to what you've been targeting in the past. So for all of the strategies that we're about to review, I highly recommend using location targeting inside of Google Ads to make sure that you're targeting the service area or the area that you sell products in instead of something like targeting the whole world. And the reason for that is the targeting settings and the strategies that we're about to review are very aggressive in lowering the cost per click. So there can be an uptick in what they call junk traffic. And I do have a video on how to stop junk traffic inside of Google Ads, and I'll provide a link in the description below. But if you can use location targeting, that provides a great defense. And so right now on this map, I've got the whole United States, but if you have a small service area, make sure to target that specifically with the strategies that we're about to review. First up, we're going to talk about search campaigns. So something that you could consider doing with search campaigns if you want to lower your CPC and drive as many clicks as possible is set up maximize clicks as the bid strategy and also target broad match keywords. So to do that, it's in the bidding section. So you would simply check maximize clicks. And then I would recommend setting a maximum cost per click bid limit and set it pretty low. So with maximize clicks, Google Ads automatically sets your bids to help you get as many clicks as possible within your given budget, and a maximum CPC bid limit caps each cost per click bid. So you're providing the system guardrails. You might not spend your entire budget if you set a maximum CPC bid limit, but if you start with a maximum CPC bid limit, you can always adjust from there. And so that will give you a great opportunity to see low CPC. And simultaneously, what you could consider doing is targeting broad match keywords. So if you're not familiar with the different match types, there's broad, there's phrase, and exact. And as Google says here, with exact match, it's a very tight match to the keyword that you type in. Phrase match, it's moderate. And then broad match, it can be loose. In this example from Google, the keyword is low carb diet plan. And they give examples for what this keyword, what type of searches it could actually show for. So the example searches are carb-free foods, low carb diets, low calorie recipes, and then a couple here. So as you can see, the matching of this particular keyword is pretty loose. So this, in combination with the maximize clicks strategy, you're going to cast a wide net for what you're willing to show for. And then the bid strategy is hyper focused on driving as many clicks as possible with that bid cap that we showed. So it's going to give you a great chance to get a ton of clicks at low cost. Another thing that you could consider doing is setting up a dynamic search ad campaign. Now, this is different from what we had just looked at, which was a keyword-based campaign where Google matches search terms based on the keywords that you input. With dynamic search ads, Google uses your website content to target ads that can help fill in the gap for your keyword-based campaigns. Now, with dynamic search campaigns, there will be a lot of search terms that you may not want to appear for because it's Google scanning your website pages and then matching it to the search terms that people are typing in on the internet. Since dynamic search campaigns are widening the net even beyond just the standard broad match keywords that we had just reviewed, this is another opportunity to see a low cost per click inside of your campaign. So now we're going to hop into display campaigns. The first thing that I'm going to recommend is mirroring what we just did with the search campaign, and that's having a maximize clicks bid strategy. So it's a little trickier to find inside of display campaigns, but if you click this option right here, which is select a bid strategy directly, and Google says not recommended, but we'll ignore that. You'll be presented with this screen, and this looks familiar, where you can select the maximize clicks, and then you can set the maximum CPC bid limit. So you can set up maximize clicks, and then in display campaigns, what you could consider doing is also setting optimized targeting to on. So what optimized targeting does is it allows Google to look at the list that you are targeting. So maybe you're targeting based on demographics or keywords or topics or placements, and it allows Google to look at that list and then expand beyond your targeting settings within reason. So what that could look like is, let's say you sell fitness equipment, and let's say specifically you sell spin bikes, okay? So maybe you're doing a targeting where you're targeting the keyword spin bike. Well, Google could potentially use this, and if you have optimized targeting turned on, maybe in addition to the keyword spin bike, they're also targeting dumbbells or squat racks or something like that that is also related to fitness, but is not the keyword that you typed in. But they're able to do that because you have optimized targeting set to on. So again, it casts a wider net, and so that can allow you to see a lower cost per click. Next up, we're going to talk about a few things that you can do for most campaign types inside of Google Ads. And the first one that we're going to talk about is ad scheduling. So what you can do is, if you've been running a Google Ads account, you can actually look at historical data to see the cost per click trend on a daily basis. And so in this example, if your goal is to drive as cheap of clicks as you can to drive the lowest CPC, what you could consider doing is only scheduling your ad during those time periods when the cost per click has historically been low. So in this time, it would be the morning or the early morning and the nighttime hours. Another thing that you could seek to do is improve your quality score. Now, where your ad appears on the page, the historical definition was that it was a combination of how much you were willing to pay, so what your max CPC was, and your quality score, and that's what dictated your ad rank. It's a little bit more sophisticated now, but essentially, if you had a high quality score, which again is a measure of your ad quality, how it compares to other advertisers, you wouldn't have to spend as much on a cost per click basis to occupy whatever the ad spot is on the page. So here's just a few things that you can do to improve your quality score, and this is straight from Google. You can improve your click-through rate, you can improve your ad relevance, the text, the imagery. You can take a look at your landing page experience. Does your website load fast? Do you have clear calls to action? Are you providing useful and relevant information? And then you can also make your ads more relevant to the keywords that you're targeting. So those are a few ways that you can improve your quality score, which would have the impact of lowering the cost per click that you have to pay. Now here's my final tip, and it's a bonus one, if you will, and it applies to new accounts. So if you are brand new to Google Ads, you'll find across the internet, and actually this was from a banner that I clicked on Google Ads, the main homepage for it, that if you get started in Google Ads, they'll give you $500 in free ad credit when you spend your first $500. Now, this number, I've seen it change over the years. I think it used to be like 125 or 100 or something like that. So it's pretty generous right now. So I would just recommend doing a Google search for Google Ads coupon, or simply checking the Google Ads homepage to see what type of offer they have for new advertisers. So that's what I have for you. Those are my tips to drive as many clicks at the lowest CPC possible inside of Google Ads. And I just want to remind you what I said at the beginning of the video. The goal of a successful Google Ads account is to focus on profit, not to focus on the lowest possible CPC. However, you might be in a season, as I mentioned earlier, where you're experimenting, you're testing, you're focusing on awareness, you're looking to expand your target audience. And so that's when these tips and that's when these strategies could come into play. But if you're looking for advertising tips on how to improve the profit of your account, I'm going to provide a link in the description below to several Google Ads videos that I've created to help you drive better performance inside of Google Ads. I hope those insights were helpful for you, and I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below what strategies you've used to drive cheap clicks from Google Ads. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you're looking for more money-saving marketing advice, visit scottredgate.com and subscribe to this channel for more videos. Take care.